Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here, and it is Thursday the 25th of July. Thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. There was some news yesterday, you might have read it actually, about the Institute of Physics releasing a letter which was entitled Future Changes in Atmospheric Rivers and Their Implications for Winter Flooding in Britain. Basically what it does is it looks at the increases in very moist airflows in the atmosphere and says that these are going to increase because of climate change, because of continued rises in temperature. And that's all very nice, but the weather wolf here and me have been on the sniff looking at the data that's been used to compile this letter. Now, I'm sure that the scientists doing it mean well, the Institute of Physics mean well as well, but I just question what's going on here. Let me show you why. As I said, it was yesterday the Institute of Physics released this particular paper, and this headline on their website: atmospheric rivers set to increase UK winter flooding. And I kind of wonder, they're just looking for a reason to get this stuff out there, to generate publicity. I don't know, is it for funding purposes? I don't quite understand the reason for doing this. I mean, it's all very well doing the research, but you've got to look at the facts before you start releasing stories like this. This is the press release. Atmospheric rivers set to increase UK winter flooding that was put out yesterday by the Institute of Physics, and this is what most people will see. They'll say, "Oh well, the winter flooding is probably going to become more relevant and more persistent, and certainly going to happen more often because of climate change and because of increases in temperature." But it's important that we look at those increasing in temperature and look and see exactly what the facts are. This letter was based on climate projections. There are various different climate projections, and they were based on what we call RCP 8.5 and also RCP 4.5. And as you can see, both of these are mapped here. So we've got historical data to the left there, and then we get into the forecast position. So this is the forecast, basically is from a climate model. So the climate models are predicting increases in temperatures look like that for RCP 8.5 and like that for RCP 4.5. Now, each of these are various emission scenarios. So, given certain conditions being in place, given certain emissions, this is what we expect to happen. And this paper has been based on this. However, there's one big fundamental flaw in these models, and it's in here. Because for the last 17 years, temperatures haven't risen. They've remained about the same globally. And none of these models take that into account. None of them at all predict the idea that temperatures hold steady for a prolonged period. Now, if it had been 1, 2, perhaps even 3 years, you could say, oh, well, you wouldn't expect the models to pick up on this. But this has now been a prolonged period of steady temperatures globally, and this isn't to have a go at the scientists who've put this letter together, or the Institute of Physics, or anybody else for that matter, but I just can't believe that the facts don't seem to have been picked up on here, and it seems that we're just going ahead producing articles and papers and press releases, but not actually saying, look folks, this is the science, this is what the facts say. The problem isn't what will happen, the problem is that what we're saying will happen is not what the data, the actual data, the observed data, is backing up. It's different. It's completely different. So this is where we are since 1880. The red line there is the 5-year running mean. And you can see, if we just zoom in to this section here, look, you can see how temperatures have flattened out. It's since 1996, 1997 onwards. Temperatures have flattened, so we've stopped seeing that increase in temperature. Now, it may be that there's something in this. It could be that the oceans are for some reason absorbing the heat and eventually will release that heat. So this is not to be on a skeptical side or on a womanist side of the debate. It's just to look at the facts. Yes, it could be that the heat is being held somewhere and will be released, but at the moment it's flatlined, and as I say, those models just haven't got that in them. And if we look at the monthly data from 1996, it's a similar sort of story. Look, here we go, and if we just draw a line through the middle of these here, you can see that basically it's flatlined. There's been no increase in temperature. So again, the data as it is just being ignored. These papers are being produced, and these letters being produced based on models that aren't correct. And it just astounds me that this date, that this these out of date, or clearly are out of date and flawed models, are still being used for future projections of climate change. I mean, we really need to get real about this. The problem is, why have temperatures flatlined as they have? I find the whole thing so frustrating, because there could be lots of good signs going on to do with this, but it seems that we're ignoring what's really happening, because we are so headlong into this idea that we're going to see this increase in temperature and it's going to continue and this is what it's going to do, that we're ignoring the facts that the Earth is presenting to us at the moment. And as I say, that's not to have a go at global warming theory. You know, climate change, yeah, it's taking place, and it may be that it's down to us, and it may be that we've got problems. But I think we do have to get into the real nitty-gritty here of the science and work out what on earth is going on. I just don't feel papers like this do that. But anyway, on to the forecast. And this is the forecast rainfall for the next week, ending at midnight on the 2nd of August. And you can see how most of the rainfall is out towards the west. Goodness me, look at that. That looks like an atmospheric river. Most of the rainfall is out towards the west of Scotland and across the west of Ireland. Totals there of 70 to 100 millimetres in places by the end of the week. Now, I think that probably is overdone a little bit, but it shows most of the rainfall within that area. Also, you notice the yellows here, southwest England, across West Wales, across northern England too. We got 40 millimetres of rainfall plus in that area. I think much of that falling Saturday night, or picked up as falling on Saturday night. We need to have a question mark on that. Less rainfall down towards the south with 10 to 15 mil, but I think the story from this, as I've been telling over the last few days, is certainly it's wetter than it has been of late. So here's a forecast chart for today. Then you see fronts moving their way northwards. They're taking some pretty hefty bursts of rain across central and northern Scotland just at the moment. Some pretty heavy showers across Ireland as well. Thunderstorms in there, and another area of thunderstorms into northwest England. Elsewhere, just scattered showers, or one or two isolated thunderstorms around, but generally a dry afternoon with sunny spells. On to Friday, and still got a front up towards the north. What that's going to do is produce some outbreaks of rain through Scotland during the course of Friday. It'll be northern Scotland that's mainly affected. One or two showers across central areas and some showers across the rest of Ireland and perhaps central Wales. But for most of England, eastern Scotland and much of Wales, it's a dry day with good spells of sunshine. This front in the far southeast may just bring a little bit of cloud here. Saturday then sees this feature here down towards the south. Now, I'm not entirely sure about the evolution of this feature. I think we've got to watch this one carefully. Probably bring some heavy thundery rain northwards during the course of Saturday night to Sunday morning. I think it's going to be kind of this area that's most at risk, and we could see sort of short-lived downpours giving 20 or 30 millimetres of rain. A few showers across Ireland on Saturday, few for western Scotland as well, but for many it's a dry day until that rain arrives. Sunday sees the outbreaks of rain making their way into Scotland. Again, not sure entirely where that's going to be. It's probably across central areas, could be heavy at times. A few showers out towards the west, but for most it's dry again. And then on to Monday, again, bit of a mismatch of weather on Monday. Expecting some showers to pass eastwards during the night. I think for much of Monday we've got sunshine and showers, most of them out towards the west, where some could be quite heavy and also thundery. A breezier day Monday and cooler as well. On to Tuesday, starting to see high pressure building back into the south once again. For many areas it's dry, warm and sunny. Got some showers for northern and western parts of Scotland though through the course of Tuesday. And as this front moves northeastwards during Tuesday into Wednesday, it could bring some more persistent rain across Scotland, Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland and also England and the west of Wales. I think East Anglia and South East England probably staying generally dry. And then we've got a bit of a question over what to do after that. This is the chart for Saturday the 2nd of August. And again, similar to yesterday, look, here's the trough line. Okay, you can see that trough line there. I think this will take a front eastwards, take some pretty hefty bursts of rain eastwards next Friday. And then I think that probably sets the scene for the weekend and into the following week, because then I think what's going to happen is the jet stream probably becomes more of a feature. I think then during that week we go into a wetter spell of weather. Now, it's not going to be wet like last year. This is the chart for Sunday the 4th. So this is Sunday the 4th of August. I don't think it's going to be like last year in terms of a washout, but I do think we go into what you would call a proper spell of wetter summer weather during that week, taking us probably up to around about the 10th of August. After that, we probably do go into a spell of better weather, but I don't think to the extent of what we've just had. Tomorrow's the day when we update the long-range forecast, so I'll have some more information for you on that tomorrow. But for now, thanks for watching. Sorry about the rant at the beginning. But hopefully you found that of interest and of useful, whichever side of the debate you're on, or if you're anything like me, you know, you swing between the two depending on which way the debate goes on any particular day, but all you want to see is the scientific facts. Anyway, thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. Don't forget, we're kept free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen, so by you coming back and using the site, that's what keeps us free of charge. So for now, keep the sun shining and have a great day. Bye for now.